So, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the second episode of Lockdown Troubleshoot webinar. And today we have with us Dr. Shoaib, who is an orthopedic surgeon and deals with trauma and all kind of joint-related injuries. And he is currently in Bangalore and associated with 4 hospitals. And we have Professor Chandrakant Patankar, sir, who is an ex-professor microbiology at CGS and KEM Hospital, and this too would be guiding us for the joint health webinar. So over to you, sir.
Thank you, Sanjana, and welcome, Dr. Shoaib.
Thank you so much.
Meeting you.
Same here.
As the today's topic is, we are going to discuss basically the big problem sitting at home for last 1 year and 4 months odd, and so many restrictions on the activities.
Yes.
So what is the correlation between this sitting at home during this pandemic period and a lot of people complaining about yahan dard ho raha hai, wahan dard ho raha hai, pain here, pain there, joint pain?
True. So the explanation is very simple, actually, sir. Our body is programmed to perform certain activities, and during the lockdown, even the most inactive person who gets a bare minimum of physical activity is not able to perform that physical activity due to the restrictions, due to the lockdown. So our muscles are trained on a daily basis to perform certain activities to strengthen themselves. This is not happening during the lockdown and during the COVID-19 restrictions. So they don't have the strength to support the body weight. In addition to this, multiple other reasons also are involved. For example, individuals not getting their activity has led to a certain increase in weight. The sun exposure. People are not getting exposed to the sun. Vitamin D is a vital part of our bone health, mental health, physical health. Also, the easy way out to staying at home, and with their the IT industry especially, who are glued to the screens from morning to evening, sometimes late at night also, the easy way out is to just order food from outside. So that leads to loss of nutrients, poor eating habits. These things all cumulatively result in joint pains, even in the healthy population. I'm putting aside individuals with comorbidities. So even in the healthy population, due to lack of posture, I know people, my friends, my neighbors who log in at 7 o'clock in the morning, and until 9 o'clock, you can still see them talking, and they're in a meeting and things like that. So they don't even get up to do any basic stretches, let alone anything else.
So to what extent these joint pain companies would be there? And severity, if we consider severity at the point there.
So to a certain extent, where the individual is not able to get out of bed, there are young individuals who are not overweight, who are not even close to being pre-obese, who have been coming into the OPD quite regularly, telling us that, 2 or 3 days back, I got a stiff back and I'm not able to get out of bed. I've taken leave from office, things like that. But we have different grades of joint pain also. It's mild, moderate, and severe. But this it affects people in different ways based on their activity or inactivity.
Okay. And
Yes.
the causes, as you mentioned, lack of exercise and all those things.
But causes actually for joint pain can be multiple, sir. It can be age-related. It can be due to poor posture. Some people work with their laptops in bed. Some people sit on the sofa where there's not proper back support. It can be due to various conditions like rheumatoid arthritis, osteoarthritis, diabetes, and so on, can also contribute to joint pain. Deficiencies, where nutritional deficiencies can also contribute to joint pain. But the main thing now, which we are seeing, is basically inactivity, which equals to lack of exercise.
Okay. So you would suggest that people should go for exercise?
Yes, sir.
Basically.
Yes, sir. Yeah, especially because from where I come from Bangalore, it's an IT hub. Everyone is involved in the IT industry. Almost anyone and everyone you see. So they are all being overworked. They log in, how many hours they're logged in doesn't matter anymore. As long as the meetings keep going on and the work is done, they have to stay logged in. So they are stuck to their computer screens from morning till night sometimes. Yes,
so,
yes.
You said that there are normal healthy individuals, normally.
Yes, healthy.
Comorbidity nahi hai. But
Absolutely
there may
nothing.
be a group of people, large group of people also are suffering from some kind of ailment. है
Yes.
ना? तो
Yes.
दोनों में जो नॉर्मल हेल्दी इंडिविजुअल है उसने क्या करना है, और जो who is having some rheumatoid arthritis or osteoarthritis or some other thing which leads to a joint pain, उसने क्या करना है? What should he be doing?
So, in my opinion, more or less, it would be the same for both groups of populations. I would say, basically, for the elderly, for the individuals who have comorbidities, as well as the healthy individuals, try not to stay stationary in one place. For example, sitting in one place for more than 20 to 30 minutes at a stretch. Try to get up.
Okay.
Even if you have a meeting going on or you have some work going on, try to stand up in the same place, stretch a little bit, try to take a small walk, try to just walk in the area that you have. 2 to 5 minutes also is more than enough. Diet is a very, very crucial part of this, of our health generally. Also, I would also like to concentrate on mental health. Talk to each other, promote mental health within your family, your friends, and people around you. Good amount of sun exposure is also important. Just for the information of our viewers, about 20 to 30 minutes of direct summer sunlight gives us about 10 to 20,000 international units of vitamin D, whereas our daily requirement is just about 600 to 1,000, differing from country to country. So what I usually tell my patients is once in 3 to 4 days, from the tip of your fingers till your elbow, expose it to the sun.
So
Expose
you
it to the
stand
sun.
like this? What way do you expose?
No,
Or
you
just
can
normal?
walk in the sun. You can walk in the sun. You can jog in the sun. You can just
Okay.
stand if you want. Some people, especially students who are not into exercise, they have a lot of studying to do. What I tell them is take your chair and sit in the balcony when the sun is out. Sit in the balcony. Some sunlight falls on you. You get to read and study at the same time. So you get your vitamin D for the next 3 to 4 days. You need not go out very often or disturb your routine, your study routine. People have online classes going on, people have work going on. Just try to get some sunlight. If during the permissible hours you're able to go out for a walk, for a jog, for a cycle ride, for a stroll, please try to go during good hours, earlier time of the day, preferably between 7 to 10 a.m. in the morning and not around midday. Reason being that during midday, the air is a little polluted and we don't get the desired amount of vitamin D. It doesn't reach our skin. So pure air is also important. So morning time would be the best time to go out in the sun. Good fluid.
I have one question here.
Yes,
It's
sir.
all good that you get into the sunlight, do all these kind of activities. And luckily now the unlockdown is going on.
Yes.
But in case of a lockdown, which was been the situation for quite some time, that people were not asked to move out, remain in the home. And even a lot of people have been definitely requested, and correctly also, not to move out unnecessarily.
Yes.
So people
Absolutely.
like of my age, I'm plus 65 plus, I don't venture out at all. So
Correct.
for us who remain, inside the homes only, इनके लिए आप क्या suggest करोगे? Because direct sunlight is not possible in that.
So in such situations, obviously, apart from the exercise which you can do at home, simple exercises, try to stay active, good diet, a good fluid intake. If you have access to sunlight through windows or through balconies, ya chhat par ja sakte hain, you can go to your roof. That is also a good option. If again this is not an option or it's not available, we move on to supplements. So if joint pain does occur in such individuals who are not able to access sunlight, discuss with your doctor, discuss with your physician or your orthopedician. We will probably give you supplements to help supplement that deficiency which is occurring.
Okay, great. One more question arises that, okay, it's fine for all healthy population, but people who have some, as I said, arthritis kind of a thing. So in लोगों के लिए, apart from all the exercises which you just mentioned, activities you mentioned, anything else that is there? Because I recall something like rice formula or something is there.
Rice formula is basically a protocol, sir. So it is rest, ice, compression, and elevation. So this is used in case there is an injury, if there is a swelling, if there is joint pain. This is a very, as you can say, conservative. You don't need to visit a doctor to do it. So you just rest the region which is painful, which is swollen up. You apply a little ice, some compressions, maybe a crepe bandage or any other binders, and keep your leg elevated, for example, if it is the leg that is affected.
Okay, that's great.
Yes.
And any other exercises you would like to suggest?
So for the elderly population, I would suggest exercises which don't require much space. So you can stand in one place, you can stretch, try to touch your toes, exercise your back, twists. Then what we call as quadriceps exercises. Quadriceps exercises help in strengthening the knees. Basic, even yoga can be tried. Some push-ups, some pull-ups, but just sitting down and getting up, or anything as simple as just a stretch, stand in one place and just turn around, try to touch your toes. Things like that will keep you active once in every 30 minutes. If they do that, it should more than suffice, sir.
और एक क्वेश्चन आता है दिमाग में.
Yes, sir.
A lot of things are there now because sitting home we watch a lot of YouTube things. A lot of exercise programs are there on YouTube, walking at home and whatnot. So what advice will you give to people? Should they just watch the program, go ahead without any thinking on that, or they should consult their physiotherapist or a doctor and then jump onto those YouTube programs that are there?
So if it is the young population, I don't think any consultation is required. For the elderly, for example, age-related degenerative diseases would have kicked in. Like for example, in Bangalore, at 40 years, as young as 40 years, we are finding osteoarthritis in our women. So after 40, 50, 60-year-olds, they need to be a little careful, a little wary about what exercise they are indulging in, what kind of exercises they're doing. So in turn, it shouldn't harm any joint of theirs. For example, again, speaking about osteoarthritis of the knee, bending of the knee should be avoided as much as possible. For example, using an Indian toilet should be avoided for individuals with osteoarthritis. Try their best. So any exercises for an elderly would be a little different. For the youngsters, I don't think they need to think about it. They can go ahead and do whatever their body allows them and permits them to do. Even standing in one place and spot jogging is a good exercise. Push-ups, something we call as burpees, which includes going down for a push-up and then standing up and jumping. All these things can be easily performed by the young population, the younger population, and it should be performed as much as possible.
Yeah. For the benefit of people who do not know what is osteoarthritis, is very, I'll put it in simple words in my way thinking. Correct me if I'm wrong, sir.
Sure.
It's basically अपने जो joint, बड़े joint की जो हड्डी होती है, ये ज्यादा तक इन्वॉल्व होती है क्योंकि वेट बेयरिंग होता है वहां पे.
Yes.
पूरा वजन अपने एंकल और नीज के ऊपर ज्यादा रहता है. तो ये दो जॉइंट ज्यादातर सफर होते हैं, पेन होने लगता है वहां पे. कभी-कभी वहां पे सूजन भी आ जाती है. वो डॉक्टर साहब ज्यादा अच्छी तरह बताएंगे. अब ऐसा कुछ हो गया और some conditions where I am doing exercises I had suggested. At what point of a time it can get worse, and when should I see a doctor immediately?
So let's talk about when joint pain can get worse. So joint pain can get worse when inactivity continues, when there is weight gain due to your sedentary lifestyle. You're sitting in one place. Your diet again is going downhill through a downhill spiral. You're not able to maintain good physical health, mental health. Your fluid intake is poor. Individuals who have comorbidities like hypertension and diabetes, for example, your sugars are not well controlled due to lack of exercise or due to your poor diet. For them, joint pain can increase significantly. What was your next question, sir? What we can do next? When do you need to approach a doctor?
Yeah, when do you need to approach a doctor? I'm doing exercises as you said, but there may be some issues which may crop up. That time I need to see a doctor.
Yes. So basic symptoms like pain, redness, tenderness, when you touch that area and it hurts and it doesn't hurt in any other area. Sometimes increase in temperature in that particular joint. Like for example, you touch your left knee, it's warmer than your right knee. You feel you're not able to do activities which you were only doing 2 to 3 days back. Also, if it affects your sleep cycle, the pain is keeping you awake. All these are part of a big circle of symptoms for which you should consult a doctor. Don't wait. There might be multiple reasons. We can help diagnose it and help you to address them and come out healthy, hopefully, God willing.
Okay, great. ना ऐसा भी कहा जाता है, जो अपने दिलो दिमाग में रहते वो अपने चेहरे पे दिखता है।
yes.
दिल में दर्द रहेगा तो चेहरे पे दर्द दिखेगा।
Yes, yes.
So is it that what we eat also gets reflected?
Of
What
course.
kind of foods?
So foods, what I would say, foods that help in with joint pain. Let me talk about more about foods that help in an individual
Yeah.
who's experiencing joint pain. So fruits specifically, try to eat as many fruits as possible, but try to avoid the fatty foods. I would
Okay.
concentrate more on berries and pineapples as they have a slight anti-inflammatory activity action. Nuts and seeds are very good. Green leafy vegetables, root vegetables are very good. Seafood again in moderation. I would say probably once a week. It has omega fatty acids, which are great for joint pain. Those who really have an inkling towards having chocolates on a daily basis can probably try to shift to dark chocolate.
Okay.
Dark chocolate again has anti-inflammatory activities. Oil, though, everyone uses oil in everything they cook. So if you can probably again shift to olive oil, again, olive oil has anti-inflammatory activities. Try to maintain your fluid intake. Usually we say 2 to 3 liters per day, but it can go up to 3 to 4 liters per day as well of water. And sugar intake. Now, I'm not a dietitian, so I wouldn't actually concentrate on sugar intake. I wouldn't ask someone to take or not take. But
Okay.
during the lockdown, due to our poor inactivity, I would say if we consume a little lesser sugar and carbohydrates than during normal times, it would help in a certain way. Yes.
Very true. Very true. But generally, what is your approach if a person comes with a joint pain complaint?
So
Protocol क्या रहता है आप?
So there are different types of arthritis, sir. But let
Yeah.
me, as we were talking about the knee, let me very generally tell you what we do. So times have changed with different times. We have adapted to what the treatment protocols are. What I was taught and what we are following even today, slightly it has changed, not much. But the first thing is lifestyle changes. The most important thing. There are certain things which you can and cannot do. With, for example, what we are talking about is osteoarthritis of the knee. You can do certain things, you cannot do certain things. Certain activities will lead to progression of the disease, and that should be avoided. For example, again, quadriceps exercises are advised to individuals with osteoarthritis of the knee. Physiotherapy on and off whenever required. Medication wise, we have again different protocols to address pain. We use either NSAIDs or we use another group of drugs called COXIBs. Both address pain. Something which is more popular now is what we call as a collagen supplement. Collagen basically helps in the regeneration of the cartilage in the joints. So that once that cartilage is regenerated over the bone is protected and the pain comes down significantly. In addition with pain management, obviously.
Yeah.
So this in addition with, again, for example, if you're going to the knee, we have injections into the knee of hyaluronic acid, and then we have steroid shots into the knee. All these are temporary solutions to the final thing, which, you know, for a grade 3, grade 4 osteoarthritis, we go for joint replacement surgery.
Okay. लेकिन मैंने सुना है कि ये जो एंटी इन्फ्लेमेटरी एजेंट्स रहते हैं बहुत सारे, इसकी वजह से कुछ पेट में प्रॉब्लम होता है, अल्सर होने की संभावना होती है, ब्लीडिंग की चांसेस बढ़ती है, तो ये साइड इफेक्ट भी हमको देखना चाहिए, because these patients are taking them for a long time. The pain is always associated with as long as the osteoarthritis is there. So are there any alternate things like anything that comes to your mind?
So, sir, you have actually picked on a very, very important string. Many individuals come to us, for example, our age group of patients approaching us with osteoarthritis of the knee is somewhere between 50 to 70. Now, most of the people tell us that, Dr. Saab, see, at this age, I'm close to death. Why do you want to operate on me? There are individuals who come. So they rely on the oral medications and the intra-articular injections more than probably going ahead for their joint replacement surgery. Now, in these times when everyone is very conscious about what they put into their body, everyone knows that, you know, our bodies are our temples. We have to respect it. Only then will it support us in our old age. So painkillers have always been a very, very, very debatable topic with every patient who comes to us who's conscious about it. So in previous times, we had this component called curcumin.
Okay.
Curcumin is basically a ginger root. It comes from the turmeric plant. So it has anti-inflammatory properties. So during its use, when it was very popular, which was some time back, we did not really require any analgesics. We did not require NSAIDs. We did not require coxibs. So people used to write curcumin in different forms. Ayurvedic approaches were also there with curcumin, where they used to prepare curcumin directly and into a tablet form or powder form and give it to the patient. And it used to give them the desired results. But with changing times, with pharmaceutical companies becoming more and more popular and probably controlling most of the drugs that reach us, slowly curcumin lost its popularity, because instead of giving one drug, now we are giving 3 to 4 drugs, which is the
Okay.
current protocol. So they found more profit in that. Probably that is one of the reasons. Also, probably maybe with curcumin, they were only addressing the pain and the inflammation, not other things. But in my opinion, curcumin is a good substitute to pain killers. Especially for those who are conscious about putting painkillers into their body, which can result during long-term usage, can result in ulcers, gastric, oral ulcers. Also, it can result in kidney-related issues, liver-related issues. So, in my opinion, yes, curcumin is a good substitute
Very
to.
amazing. डेली
Yes,
खाने में जो हल्दी रहती है अपनी, उसको अच्छी
absolutely.
तरह से इस्तेमाल करें तो लेकिन एक सवाल आता है इसमें सर जी लास्ट में,
जी सर.
ऑनसेट ऑफ एक्शन जो है, यानी मुझे पेन है तो मैं कर्कुमिन खाना चालू किया, तो कितना दिन में वो जल्दी होगा कि बहुत देर से होगा कंपेयर विद एंटी इंफ्लेमेटरी एजेंट्स?
नहीं
ऐसा
सर,
कुछ
जल्दी होता
देख
है,
सकते हैं?
जल्दी होता है. It is a natural component which is absorbed almost immediately. So
Okay.
we do find results very, very soon. The feedback I have received now that curcumin is again being promoted. It has come back into the market. We have multiple medical representatives who are visiting us with different brand names, but with curcumin being reintroduced into their products. So patients do feel the relief within. They report to us in a day also that, Dr. Saab, yes, I do feel a significant improvement. Maybe not 100%, but in a day or
Yeah.
two, they feel quite good.
Because there is usually a concept ना कि जो मॉडर्न मेडिसिन है जल्दी काम करता है, ट्रेडिशनल मेडिसिन है उसको बहुत समय लगता है.
समय लगता है.
So what you are telling is something very important. That is not that
Yes.
it takes long time or something like.
No. So what we do, sir, generally, just for you to know, is any medical representative coming to us, they come to us with samples. Maybe you are quite aware of that. So
Yeah.
we do not prescribe their medication until and unless either we have tried it, given it to our family, or given it to a certain number of patients who have
Correct.
given us the feedback. So only once we receive that feedback, we use it. So curcumin, now that it has come back into the market, I have given it to some of my patients. Actually, one of our dermatologists in the hospital, which I visit in the morning, his wife has osteoarthritis. I told him, sir, why don't you try this for ma'am? And he came back in a week and said, Dr. Saab, I used only curcumin. I didn't use anything else. You
Oh,
told
great.
me there are so many other options. I used only curcumin, and my wife is feeling so much better. And plus, there is nothing that is harmful in it, no harmful components. So
Very
he was
true,
quite
very
happy.
true.
Yes.
So great
So
message,
awareness
great.
is a little more important, probably more
Yeah.
doctors. I'm sure doctors who are practicing for more than 10 years, 15 years, 20 years are well aware
Of it.
Yes.
But for the newer generation of doctors, is a very important input.
Yes. They should
Very
consider
good.
trying it out at least once.
Yeah, thank
So,
you very much, Dr.
Thank
Shoaib. You eked out time from your busy schedule, and
No worries, sir.
considering the time constraint, I have to stop here, respecting
Thank you.
your time requirement.
Thank you so
But
much,
I
sir.
hope that in future we'll have a little lengthier discussion on this osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis. It would be a great contribution to all listeners also.
Always here, sir.
Yeah.
Always here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much for being with us.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Over to you, Sanjana.
Yes, sir.
Shall we leave, Sanjana?
Yes, sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Good.
Thank you, sir. Thank
Good.
you.
So for all our viewers, this program was powered by True Healthy's curcumin. As Sir rightly said, that curcumin has fantastic anti-inflammatory properties. However, it lost its popularity because of the bioavailability. And the TruCumin, which True Healthy has introduced, has 8 times more bioavailability than the normal curcumin. It is made up of 3 unique combination of curcuminoids, that is curcumin, bis-dimethoxycurcumin, and dimethoxycurcumin. So hence it gives you maximum strength, maximum absorption, and maximum relief within a short period of time. So to know more about True Healthy's curcumin, you can visit our website www.truehealthy.com. Thank you so much.